I knew Mike Rinder because I was his secretary for several years, for I would say about 3 years, and then I was his direct junior. When I first started work with Mike Rinder, he, right off the bat, would give me a nickname. He gave me a nickname called Spider Legs, which I thought was a bit demeaning, right? It was very sudden, and here's a person of authority who, has a lot of responsibility and is an executive, and he's kind of teasing you, but embarrassing me. There was one girl that worked in our office, and she was beautiful. She was Mexican, dark eyes, very pretty girl, very nice girl to work with. And he called her the vampire. And I was a bit surprised. I'm like, where did he get that idea? But he thought that was quite funny. I honestly don't remember seeing him working as such. Like he'd be at his desk, working with papers, typing things up, that type of thing. But as far as working or like working out, we dealt with so many different things in PR, right? We did publications, we did planning, campaigns. His juniors worked a lot. They'd put together the research, put the plans together, design the publications. They worked, they'd get things to him. The problem was not getting it through him or getting anything okayed, because there was always something he could find that was a problem. There was one thing I worked on for at least 6 months that was very, very vital for an external campaign. I don't think it ever was passed on, and I don't know how many times I sent it to him, but he constantly sent it back for things that were just inconsequential, but never passed on. Another one was one day, we just finished doing a whole publication that was, we'd worked several weeks at, and everybody was going out to celebrate, basically, because we, worked hard, and it was pretty exciting. But he called me up to his office before going, and there was some submission I put together for him to look at, like some documentation, some binders, right? And I was sitting there, and he just took it and just threw it at me and threw it on the floor and just was screaming how he thought it was terrible, and then told me I could leave. So I thought, wow, that's kind of scary. In working with Mike Rinder, I experienced several violent instances with me directly. Yeah. One of them, we were working on a publication, and I happened to come in to the office at about, I was gone for a couple hours doing something, and I came back. And he was in this office, and he came running across from one end of the office all the way up to me with his fist, and he was about to hit me. Luckily, there was a man behind him who grabbed him back and stopped him, right? But his fist was heading for my face. I think he was about 2 inches away from it. Then another time where he threw a phone at me. He apparently was looking for me during my lunchtime. I didn't know. So I got into my office, and he asked me, were you? I said, I was working in the conference room. And he threw a phone at me, and then he punched the desk so hard that the computer terminal broke. So that caused me a bit of fear, because I thought, if he's going to throw a phone at me, he missed. But then when he punched the computer and the computer broke, of course, I was also a secretary at the time, so I had to get them both replaced pretty rapidly. I've never worked with anybody like Mike Rinder. On the record, I've been, around for a long time. With that kind of temper or anything like that, he's one of a kind.